is Sandra Williams, and I am the host of the I Shall Bloom Show. Yes, a show where we interview stellar individuals whose work and legacy has profoundly uplifted our communities for the better. Each week, we interview a new guest and we take a deeper dive into the work that they're doing in their lives, sharing experiences and ideas collectively. You see, here at I Shall Bloom, you shall bloom, we shall bloom. Today is Wednesdays, and guess what happens on Wednesdays? Wednesdays with Willie! Woo! So, without further ado, you guys know that Mr. Willie Mitchell, founder of San Antonio Fighting Back, retired Kansas City Chiefs, used to be build homes. He is all over the place, so many different skills, still at it and still compassionate for the community. So we're going to talk about events that's going to be happening, or the goals for 2025. So without further ado, Mr. Willie Mitchell. Woo, woo!
Let me say good morning.
Good morning.
I got all the cheers and everything, so I appreciate that. But it's really a pleasure for me to be here and try to speak to you and address some of the things that I think are very important to all of us. So it's all right to be Willie Mitchell, the Kansas City Chief, but the next thing is I'm just Willie Mitchell myself.
Yeah. Homegrown, Willie here in San Antonio.
That's it.
Homegrown, and don't steal that, y'all. Homegrown in San Antonio. Well, don't steal that.
I like that. That's pretty good.
Yes, I always come up with some good stuff. So, we'll just say, hello and welcome to the I Shall Bloom Show again. It's Wednesdays with Willie, so we just basically talk about whatever Willie wants to talk about. Mr. Mitchell, that is. Hi to my buddy, Miss Sherilyn. Hi. And I'll see you soon. Merry Christmas. Happy holiday. So, what's up? What's going on with you today? What's going on with what do you want to talk about? You want to talk about San Antonio Fighting Back? You want to talk about the Kansas City Chiefs? They look like they're doing pretty good.
The Chiefs are doing pretty good, and all of that's fine. But I want to talk about the San Antonio Fighting Back.
Go ahead.
And what it's doing, and how, and what we need to do as an organization and as people to help each other address some of the issues that are happening. And nobody is confronting the people as to what their responsibility is. And we keep seeing things happen every single day, and we don't address the issue at all. And I think that's one of the biggest problems that we have. And the adult population is saying that they're not saying anything, but these kids are doing a lot of things with these shooters and everything else. Sure. And the only thing about that is, if the child leaves a home, and you see that child walk out that door, if you can't recognize that child has some type of weapon on them, it's sad that you're not even paying attention to that child. Yeah. And you gotta see a child's behavior change in order to do those things, because that's not something you just automatically do.
Right.
And that's why I have a problem with that. We are not addressing each other to say, what is it that we can do? I may have played with the Kansas City Chiefs, I may have been in the Super Bowl and all of that, but I still have a responsibility to my community to be the best person I can be and try to offer some type of help and assistance to those who are having a problem.
That's true. I don't know if you guys, I'm sure you guys would know what he's speaking about. The last tragedy. At a Christian school. Well, they had a mass, they just had something in Baltimore as well, but they had a shooting. A young girl shot a student. Well, I think 7. One child died, and the teacher, and then she killed herself at a Christian school. So how are they getting these weapons?
That's the one thing that I don't understand. How do these kids get these weapons without the adults identifying that and saying, wait a minute, I know that we've got it, but where is it? I have some weapons at my house, but I know exactly where they are, and I know if my wife moves one, if I move one, we both know that.
Right.
And if I walk out of that door, just like right now, When I get up and get dressed, my wife looks at me to see how I'm dressed.
Right.
And she does that every single day.
Yeah.
Now, if my wife is doing that to me, why can't a parent do that to the child? And then the other thing, why can't they sit down and talk to the kids about what their responsibility is and what we're trying to do and what they need to do in order to have a good life?
Yes, there's we have to take responsibility. There's a responsibility here, and so that's why they're thinking of, if your kid is going and he or she kills someone at the school, then the parent is held accountable for that, because you are held accountable. It's your child. So if they have that door closed for months and weeks at a time, something's wrong. The door shouldn't be closed. We could close any doors in our house anyway, and in the bedroom. Try to slam the door, try to keep it closed for a couple of, an hour or two, maybe. But my mom and dad I felt they was nosy, but they weren't. That's what they supposed to. They were always in my business. I'm in the room for a while, so I couldn't be depressed or hidden in there going through something, because they were always asking, what's wrong? What's going on? Oh, I'm coming up to the school. And they were at the school.
Yeah.
So they were very active in my school. So I was always on guard of my mom and dad might be.
And you can identify the negative behavior of a child. You can look at that child or talk to that child and tell when that behavior is on a negative basis.
Yeah.
And you can talk to the child and figure out, is something wrong with the thing that you're telling about doing? And I need to address that issue with you because I see that that's a major problem.
Yes.
And if I don't do that, and then when you do it, I say, oh, I'm sorry that they did it. That's too late.
Yeah, I'm sorry. Yeah. We're heart condolences. Yes, it's too late. So we're gonna have to, there are some changes that needs to be made in the homes, but for sure I know no one wants to give up their guns.
Right.
But you have to be held accountable for the procedure, the handling, the safety of others when you do have those weapons at home, because they're able. And then we should hold whoever's selling them in the pawn shops, or whoever these guns. And these aren't little guns like little handheld.
Right.
These are like bazookas and war guns.
Yeah.
Who thinks of having those type of guns?
And those guns cost money. All of the weapons cost
Forgot
money.
about that now.
And we act like that's okay. Or
Yeah.
they got the weapon, but we don't know how they got it. That to me is just about as crazy as it can be, because I know right now I could carry a weapon, but I don't carry a weapon because I know if I carry a weapon, I know that weapon's gonna get me in trouble.
Yeah.
So why would I carry it? Why would we tell the kids about a weapon and what their responsibility is and what they need to do to come and have a decent living?
Yeah.
The only thing that I see right now is we talk about one thing. We talk about God and the faith and trust that we have in God.
Yes, sir.
People can say what they want to say, but they're going to church every Sunday. You must get these kids in there so they can understand what religion is all about and how it helps you guide yourself and can make positive decisions about the things that you do because you believe in God. But if you don't have that belief in the faith, and I'm not saying what faith it is, it could be any faith, but just having that faith in God to say, can you help me? Thank you for helping me. I appreciate it. But that's something that we all can do, but we're not teaching the kids to do that.
Sure. Well, yeah, because if anyone goes to church, when the parents go to church, anybody in that house had to go.
Yeah.
You couldn't be in the bed, sleep while my mom and dad got up to go to church.
Right.
Everybody went. Even if you sat there and wasn't listening, but the seed is getting in you.
Yeah.
The seed gets in you, and then all of a sudden you will be back. When you're 18, you may not go for a couple of months or something, or years, but that seed is growing in you. So it's an obligation, and it wasn't an obligation, it was mandatory. If they were getting up going to church, you already know you was going sitting in church.
Yeah.
And so, again, that's falling off,
This past Sunday, I was in church and I'm listening to the pastor make some speeches, and I stood up. And when I stood up, I had some tears running out of my eyes because what he was saying related to me in such a real positive way, and I was thankful that I was able to do that. And I was just thinking about thank you, and I'm telling God, thank you for giving me this and showing me what to do with it
Yes.
and what it has done for me today.
Yeah.
That's what I was, and some tears came in my eyes, and I don't care about nobody seeing me cry.
Yeah.
That was the
Emotional.
feeling that I had inside of me, and that was the emotion. But
Yes.
I was thankful that it was something said that brought back those memories to where I could remember some of that thing and say thank you, because I know that I've lied on the ground many a time and asked God to please help me get up.
Oh, yeah.
You know, I knew I couldn't get up. And then when I got up, I said, thank you, God.
Thank you.
You know,
God, yes. Yes, it's you.
you know, but,
It's you.
and there were some things when I was growing up, I had some friends that did a little bit of everything. But I knew I was going to church on Sundays, and my brother was a preacher, a singer.
Yes.
And I know I would listen to the preacher and what they had to say, and they had a little faith in me. So when I did something, I wanted to make sure, well, I got to look at Reverend Jan, Reverend Rector, nothing. I know what they said if I did something like this.
Yes.
So I did it in a positive way, and that guided me to make the right decision and not do what some of my brothers did. But guess what? All of them are gone now.
Yeah.
You see?
There's consequences
Yes, you know.
for that quick good time.
Yeah.
That's quick.
Mhm.
But the consequences last a long time or short time.
Right.
Depending on, but you're saying they're gone now.
And I know if all it takes is a choice and a thought that you have about yourself in order to make the right decision. If you don't have that thought about yourself and have confidence in yourself, that right decision won't be made. But like right now, I don't have no reason to hate nobody. I don't have no reason to be mad at this one, be mad at that one.
Yes.
The only thing I know to do is try to work out things and make them as possible as I can do, and do the best thing that I can do to say thank you. Yesterday, I went and visited a buddy of mine that has a shop where he makes cabinets and doors and all of that. And I talked to him, and we talked, and the thing about it is we want to do some vocational education. But I'm going to try to get a grant where that vocational education can go there.
Yeah.
And then whatever it is that grant can do, I'm going to put that in him. It's not for me to say, well, him, Mark, you take this.
Yeah.
No, I have a desire to make sure that we go and do it, and whatever is given, that's what I let him have.
Yes.
Because there's nothing wrong with that. If you ask for it and it's given to you, why wouldn't you do what it says and give it to that person that's operating that organization? It's just, some things are just so simple, and the only thing we have to do is just be understandable and simple about it and stop being negative, because that's an easy thing to do.
Yes.
But it doesn't do any good, because right now, every night that I lay down and go to sleep, I wake up at 3 or 4 o'clock in the morning,
Yeah.
and I'm thinking about the things that need to be done, what can be done, how it can be done. And nobody has to tell me to make a decision, because I'm making that decision right there and trying to hold to it and being honest with myself and being honest about it. That is basically it.
Well, that's the time Holy Spirit talk, around 3 in the morning.
Yeah.
And so you're meditating and God is pouring into your spirit.
Mm-hmm.
And so that's the time that he talks to you.
Yeah.
You know that, right?
Mhm.
So that's why, and I want to applaud you on being able, you could have did anything with your platform.
Right.
The
Mhm.
Kansas City Chiefs, but you poured it right back to your community. And what made you become that person? We know who started. We know where it goes from, huh? We both know.
I know, and somebody can say, oh, that's a bunch of nothing. But I know what my mother did with her 6 boys.
Yes.
And I know how much faith she gave us, and I know how much trust she had in us. And every day I walked out that door, my mama hugged me
Yes.
and gave me a kiss on my big head.
Yeah.
And when I came in the door, she'd give me another hug.
Yeah.
And I was so respectful of my mother until I knew when I got out there, don't do nothing to cause no problem for mom because she done told you what to do, how to do it, and be respectful to her so she will still appreciate you. And that is something that people say, well, no, that doesn't happen. Well, I know as a child, it happened to me and it hurt me all through life because she told me, you have one of the best abilities in the world and you are a good athlete. And baby, they're going to put you in the paper. They're going to talk about you and praise you. She said, but you have to have a certain attitude yourself where you don't think you're better than nobody else. And she said, I don't want you to think you know better than that. You treat everybody the same way you've been treated and be nice. And that was something that it just has stuck with me all my life.
Yes.
Because that's what my mama said. And the biggest thing about it is, my mama told me that the girl that I'm married to right now, and when I brought her down here to meet my mom, and my mom told me when my wife went to the restroom, she said, don't you never do nothing wrong to that young lady because she is just as great as she can be.
Wow.
Until this day, and I'm being honest with you, I have not had a negative thing to say to. I haven't needed to use negative language to talk to her. We haven't had that.
Yes,
I love children. I love them. She wasn't able to have one, and I thought that, it would take her life.
Yeah.
And I haven't disrespected her for that. I've treated her the same way ever since then because I didn't marry her to have a baby. I married that girl because I loved her and thought she was great.
Yes.
Now, I know that women are supposed to have children, but I didn't marry her to have a child. And so I'm still happy with her today. And I just feel like just have the faith and trust in her, and we just move on from there. But that's what I think makes a whole lot of difference in all of it. And right now, when I walk out my front door, there are 5 cats
You got it.
right there at the front door, and she feeds them.
Yeah, that's supposed to be a secret, y'all, but
I ain't
the
in
cats
love with
showed
them
out.
cats. No, me and them cats, but I don't say nothing to her about those cats.
Yeah, no, sir.
There's no point in me being that. That's what she like.
Yeah.
So if she like messing with the cats, that don't mean I got enough. I just get on out and go to the car and get on out of there and let her do. But that is just as simple as it can be.
Yeah.
And I like to cut the grass and put some. She tells me, Mister, I don't think that, but I'm gonna put this flower here. And this is the honest to God truth.
Yes.
Today, I walked out this morning as a sheriff. Right here, I'm gonna get some rocks and put them right here, and I'm gonna put some rocks right over there. What do you think about that? She said, huh? I said, that's what I want to do. I said, we saw some rocks in this yard. That's what I want to put on them. She said, okay.
Yes.
If that's what you want to do, okay.
Because that's what you like.
That's
she
what-
likes
yeah.
what you like, just like you like what she likes.
Mhm.
And that's what makes the relationship work so much.
That's right.
But I wanted to make a comment on the kids. You have kids because of your business. I mean, that's your love that you do for San Antonio Fighting Back, for going and speak. So you have a love. You have tons of kids. I'm one of your kids. You know what I mean? Because of the love that you put and the belief you speak and you believe in us when no one else does. I mean, it's hard in San Antonio with our people, but he always, you can get some positive energy from Mr. Willie Mitchell. And everybody says that. Don't act up though, because you will get told off too. But you get that love from Mr. Willie from what his mom did.
Yeah.
Right. So
But my nieces right now, my brother's kids, I mean, they are some beautiful young ladies, and I think they're just as good as they, but I don't criticize them. And when we talk and we mention things, they say, Mitch, what did you say? You said it that was, well, okay, I understand. I said, you understand? Yeah. I said, but that's between us, isn't it? Yeah, that's between us.
yeah.
But I like talking to them because they are beautiful young ladies, but I don't say anything in a real negative way to them and try to, make them feel bad about themselves. Only thing I want to do is encourage them to let them know you are a beautiful young lady. All I want you to do is respect yourself and take care of yourself and be proud of who you are and what you are.
Yes.
And that to me is the best thing in the world. There's a lady upstairs, her daughter just graduated from college.
Yeah. Your same birthday as you?
Right. Me and my wife wasn't able to go to the graduation, but I thought her daughter was going to be here this morning. She's with her friends, and I said, okay. But I had a thing that said congratulations in the card,
Yeah.
and I gave it to her mom. I said, I'll let your mom, let her mom see it.
Yes.
I say, we will give it to her tomorrow when she get here.
Yes.
But I just think that the young lady has been so well, and I appreciate talking to her about her mother and everything.
She was here for you guys watched her grow up, huh?
Yeah.
I was asking, did it go by fast?
Yeah.
Wow.
But it's just that when we talk, and I talk to her about mom, and she just, I said, yeah, but you got to still love her. She said, I do. But I like the way she likes to talk about it and praise her mom and say good things about her mom.
Yeah.
And I just think that is just so nice, because I know I love mine, and I love to hear a child say something good about their mama and how they respect her.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh man.
It's just,
yes. That is just, if we can have our chance, one more chance again with mom and dad.
yeah.
Because I was just like, man.
But that is just as easy as it can be. Just the parents that must let that child know, not when they 10, 11, and 12, but when they 6 months, 8 months, and that they start to put those things into them where they're accepted and appreciated.
Knowing I'm loved.
And
hearing the word love right at home, always.
At home,
not from
yeah.
a stranger, but from the mom
Right.
and daddy. I love you. You're beautiful. You know you're beautiful.
Yeah.
Mom, you are beautiful. You are this. You are strong. You can do anything. Those affirmations in your child.
And I love to tell the young girl, you sure look cute.
Yes.
I love that you look good, man.
Yes, you pour into them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They do, but give them the praise and give them the praise in a positive way.
Yeah.
And to me, there's nothing wrong with that, but just showing them, it's just like showing them how much you appreciate it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
And if we do that, we can get more things on a positive basis from them. And these men, we need to take them and really tell them what they need to do, because they are real responsible for some of the things that these ladies do because of the way they treat them.
Yeah.
And I just don't see you having a young lady and you treating her like she's nothing, but yet still she's supposed to do everything you want her to do, and everything she's supposed to address you like you.
King or something.
Yeah.
Well, that again, it goes to the men too, because the little young boys, they need a role model. If they don't have their dad, because of a woman, actually, they need a man around. So even if she doesn't have the father, she needs to send them to a camp or something where there's men that can rear them. The pastor, even in church, that can rear them the right way, because that's what you see grown men crying still today, because they really needed the love of their dad.
Right. It's just like, I got some pants on, but I'm gonna make sure them pants are above my waist. I'm not gonna walk around with them pants hanging off me, because what does that say about me? Here I am, a strong adult.
Right.
Or they're 50 years old and I'm walking around there looking like garbage.
Yeah.
Now, what does that say about me? And when someone sees me, what do they think about me?
Well, they look and just look away. You miss out on something that might have been good for you because of the outside appearance, because they see that first. You're not supposed to be worried about. Yeah, you see the outside first. Then you get to meet the person when you speak. But if you're not speaking, your outside appearance is always speaking. It speaks for you when you walk in the room, right? That was good. Your appearance speaks for you.
Yeah.
So even if what does your body say when your mouth is not speaking?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, see, that makes a big difference to me. And I just don't think that, you should teach these kids, son, don't go to school with your pants hanging off of you. Look like a young man and look presentable. And that is something that you could do, but that makes you have a lot of respect for yourself. And to me, I say, just look good.
Superstar. Walk out the house just representing them. I mean, just like a superstar. You can look like a superstar walking out of the house. It's okay. People are going to be looking, look at her. Ooh, look at him. Ooh, you look handsome. Ooh, you look beautiful. That's okay.
Yeah, and I got some buddies right now that are grown, and they got some nieces and nephews, and some of them got some kids. And some of the kids and I are real good friends, and I tell the kids what they need to do, but I tell the dad what he needs to do too.
Sure.
Because,
okay.
I mean, treat that young lady like a gold, a piece of gold, but don't be making her seem like everything that you do and you say she's got to be doing that and just breaking her neck to be satisfying you. And what are you doing to satisfy her?
Yeah, it goes.
And that, to me, makes a big difference. And the only thing I say is, if that's your daughter, why don't you just grab her in the ear and say, hey, sweetheart, and give her a kiss on the top of the head, and give her a hug, and keep on.
Yeah, fathers need
Let
to
you
be
know that
really
you have,
important for a woman too, for daughters, because we are the man, and our fathers are the first man that we see.
Yeah.
And so we kind of we go and find a man like our father sometimes, you know what I mean?
Exactly.
Sometimes we mess up, but we go after like my father, sometimes we mess up, but we look at that, my dad treated my mom like a queen, you know what I mean? So he was very respectful. I didn't see a lot of chaos in the house, fighting and screaming and all that. Now you can say her tone will change or his tone. She'll go, Sonny.
That's right.
Her tone changes.
Yeah.
But I've never seen any hollering, calling names, all that stuff that's in style now. He never did that. Nobody could disrespect my mom.
Yeah.
And we showed them.
And my mama used to call me chocolate.
Yeah.
My daddy didn't call me chocolate. And me and him, we used to hang out when he'd go get some equipment for his playing.
Yeah.
I'd hang out with him, But when she spoke and she talked, my dad would be in there with us, and he'd be listening to it. But we couldn't, even when we got through with that, he wouldn't try to answer and say nothing. He said, don't you know your mama's a woman?
Yeah.
And we said, oh yeah, that's right. He said, that's why she didn't have on that, because she's a woman. And we look at it and say, you got that right. And he said, I don't have nothing to say about it. You just got to go talk to her. But that was the way he was, and we couldn't say nothing. And he would go and be out there in the back with him. He'd be laughing and he'd be talking and tell you, what your mama said, but you talk about it. Don't you do that now, because you know what she gonna do, don't you?
Yeah.
So we gotta make sure that everything is cool. And I can't agree with y'all. I gotta agree with her.
Yeah.
But he would make sure that we was in agreement with her.
Right. That you understood what she was talking about, laughing and joking with you, but realizing, hey, this is what your mom said. So, I guess going back to San Antonio, right back in here at the Barbara Jordan Community Center, we know that 2025 is on its way.
Right. Well, in 2025, I'm going to try to do some other things and get some different grants in here, because I've got people calling and asking a lot of questions, but they want to know, what am I going to do? And my question is, what am I going to do? If you have the ability to write the grants, why don't you submit that and then let me counsel with you on those grants? But don't ask me, are you going to close down? Well, I didn't say I was gonna close down, so don't ask me if I'm closing down. And why would you wanna know if I'm closing down?
Yeah, that's not the question.
Yeah, it's been 30 years, I ain't closed down yet, why you gonna have to think like this 1 year? Yeah, I know it's been a little difficult, but.
It's hard. Times have been difficult.
Yeah, but that's life. And you gotta do what you can in order to make it work. You gotta be thankful, and you gotta be appreciative of what's going on.
Yes, sir.
And no matter what's said or done, you gotta keep some kind of belief and trust in yourself. And you gotta do that no matter what you say with people. If a person is doing anything to you, you have no reason to hate that person. And there are some things that everything is not going to be the same all the time. It's not going to work the same, but you have to try to figure out a way to make it work. That's all you can do.
Right.
But if you don't put forth the effort to try to do that, then what are you saying? Because you got to put forth an effort, and there's an effort that you can use that might work. You just don't know when and where. That's all it is. And be thankful that you put forth the effort and didn't say, well, I'm just going. And that's what I don't like. I don't like to hear people tell like, I said I'm not, and they ain't going, well, you don't have no faith and trust in yourself.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and you don't have, I got some fellas of mine right now. They want me to do a lot of things.
Yeah.
And go out, and I have to tell them, no, y'all go right ahead. I'm not interested, and don't think that I'm going to do this just because you say do it. I went to visit one of my fellows right up here across the street from St. Philip's College.
Sure.
And he's got a cabinet shop there, and I'm going to try to get that to where we get a grant, we repair the building, and we do vocational education. You may not get 30 kids in there at one time, but if you can get 5 or 10 in that one time, or you can give them a lot of things about what they can do and how they can make a decent living, they just don't know it.
That is awesome.
You know.
So that's real estate.
Yeah.
That's real estate construction, and that's the way of the world now, because actually in 2025, the whole real estate market is coming up.
Yeah.
They're making it so everybody can afford a home.
That's right.
And so that knowledge needs to be taught.
It needs to be, because there's a group called 100 Black Contractors. Where they are, I don't know.
Question mark.
Yeah, and I had taken a place and thought they was gonna lease a place up here way down on the end of this building up here.
Sure.
They never came back. I haven't heard from them since then. But I know that no matter what nobody says and no matter what, there is so much that can be done in a home that will give you an honest living until it is unbelievable. But we don't recognize that, and we don't say it because, oh, that's not nothing we can do. But you gotta know, God gave you a talent. You just don't know you have the talent because you're not trying to put it together. It takes a certain skill, and God gave you that skill. Some of us can be doctors, some of us can be lawyers, some of us, well, a bus driver. You think a bus driver is driving a bus, he ain't got the skill, he better have a woman to know how to drive that bus.
Yeah, turn it. Because we'll all be jacked up, right? So that's a skill. The bus driver.
That's a skill. I don't care what they say. That is a skill you have to develop, because you got to know how to take that bus and turn that corner. You got to know how to take that back of that trailer and get the rest of that trailer around that corner.
Yeah.
And that takes time to learn that.
Yes.
And you can't be no dumb and say, oh, I don't know what it is. No, you got to understand how to do it and what it's all about.
And that's the gift.
Yeah.
How to fly a plane. I can't get up there. I can just, hey, let me go and fly. We wouldn't make it.
That's right.
So that gift is someone that learns that technology of flying planes. So we all have God's gift that it's embedded us. And sometimes we find out as a kid what it is.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
You just don't know. It's so, you don't know the talent you have until you reach inside yourself and find out the talent that God gave you and use it. Because we all have it.
Yeah.
But if you don't reach inside yourself and try to find out what it is you want to do and the skill that he gave you, then you never develop it. But you gotta ask yourself, what is it that I can do? What is it I want to be? What is it that I like? And you go ahead and do that.
Yes,
Because
that's good.
you can make a living doing that. And I'll tell people, I don't care what to say about construction, but buddy, right now, I can get outside this building, take my truck, and open up one other room and put my name on it and say construction. And I'm gonna get some new home building. I'm gonna get some home building.
Yeah. Ooh, now that.
And that
You'll get in trouble at home, but that would be, that'll be successful, huh?
And right now, I got 2 companies within 10 miles.
Yes.
When I can walk out this door right this morning and go 5 miles from here, and if I want $5,000 worth of material, $10,000 worth of material, I can have that material delivered, and it ain't paid for. It don't pay for it this month will end, but by between now and the 10th of next month, then the bill has to be paid.
You pay for the bill.
And I can pay some bills. And that's it. And I can make those charges, and I got 2 of them. And they don't say, well, oh, Miss Mitchell, you can't have them so and so and so and so. My wife can go in there, as long as she using my name, they're going to let us sign and get it.
That's right.
You know?
See, the name, it's all about the name too now.
That's it. Yeah. I mean, I know what it can do. Where I went and visited with my buddy yesterday at the house.
Yes.
Cabinets, doors, whatever.
Lord.
Trim can be made right there in that building. And you walk down and look at the building and say, how can they do that? There's so many machines in there that do stuff until it's not real. They say, I didn't know that could do it. Yeah, but you didn't know what's in there either.
So
but it's just so much that can be done there just to make it look so wonderful. But nobody knows it but him. And we've been doing this for 30 years.
30 years.
Yeah.
So in 2025, we're looking forward to a new company being involved with us.
Right.
Like that.
Yeah.
Grants.
And new presentations of what kind of grant we want to have and how we want to address the needs of the people in the community and get them involved in doing that and make a difference that way. And don't use it as an excuse to say the person don't know this. If you don't try to help the person, how do you know it?
Sure.
It's a group up there right now that comes from across the street. They have all kind of people that come in up there. And the only thing I want to tell them when they close up and do their last time start, they got to be thankful and understanding that everything that they've done up there has been helpful to someone.
Yeah.
Because when the people come in there, you see what condition they're in and you see what they're looking for. But them people are there working with them to help them every day.
Yeah.
And they offer a service that when that person leaves there, that person can come on, go back and do some things, but it's going to help them with their lifestyle.
And that's what this Barbara Jordan Community Center is for.
That's what it's supposed to be.
It's a place where you can come and get help. And also give. We have a pantry here, so we have
It's just
several things that you can do here, donate.
I know that a question was asked of me the other day on the phone. Mitch, are you leaving, fighting back, or you closing up? And my thought process was, why would you call me and ask me that question? I didn't say nothing to her, but why would you call and ask me that question? And you are supposed to be a grant writer. Why didn't you call me and say, Mitch, I got some grants that you can apply for?
Is there something I can help with?
Not
call. You shut down?
No,
you call. Is there something I can help with? Hey,
But
there's
then
these new this,
you-
there's new this, there's new that. No.
But you want me to go out to this company, to that company, to this company, to that company, and ask them for contributions. Now, the contributions are gonna be, if I'm not here in San Antonio fighting back, where am I asked for contributions for?
We're in they go
then
to?
they want me to go to the Kansas City Chiefs and ask them for a contribution. Well, if I go to the Chiefs and ask them for a contribution, and the Chief makes a contribution to me, guess what? They going right up there and and the Chief going, we gave you a contribution.
Yeah, fighting back.
Yeah.
So what are you gonna do with it?
Uh-huh.
So, yeah, no, San
And I
Antonio
know
fighting
what-
back is
Yeah.
straight and arrow,
Yeah.
honest, you know what I mean?
And I know what the intent is, and I say, no, I'm not doing it that way, and I'm not telling you, well, I'm closing down. Because if I say I'm closing down, then what is you gonna ask me to do? And I know you're gonna ask, well, if you don't close down, would you come over here and get with me? That's the first thing they're gonna say.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
I tell, I'll come over and kick you.
Yeah, now if I'm closing down over here, that don't mean I'm gonna come and run and you can use me over there,
Yeah,
you know? So,
no,
none of that. So in 2025, San Antonio Fight Back is all the way live.
yeah.
2025, all the way live.
We
There's
all
gonna,
lie.
yes, so there's got new grants that's gonna be coming, he's going after. A new program of helping for the students, because everything revolves around the house, a family, and pouring into the kids.
Mhm.
So, I mean, I look forward to that.
It's just like right here. If there was a group of kids and we were, counting those kids, we could say, okay, we're gonna take 5 of y'all go down, and we can send 5 of them kids down there to talk to you, to tell them what they're doing to make it.
Yes.
And guess what? They gonna feel good about
They
that.
feel, yes,
They gonna feel real good about that. Oh, we're gonna go around and talk. And we're
yes, you're gonna be on TV.
And that's gonna
And I wanna
make them
interview
feel-
you.
Yeah.
What's your presentation? How are you supposed to speak when you want something, or when you want to impress someone about your skills?
Yeah.
So there's so much that we can do here, in front of for the I Shall Bloom show,
Mhm.
San Antonio Fighting Back. So
Yeah.
this is a place that's sitting there, it's just blessed, God has blessed it, but it's just for such a time as this. I don't know what that time is,
But
you know what I mean? But it's, I mean, God did this.
the only thing that I know is that as long as I keep some faith and keep looking in a positive way, things will happen. But if I just say, the heck with it and give up, then the only person that I'm defeating is myself, because I'm not trying to use every effort that I can to do the things that I know I can. And if I just give up like that, my question is, what are you giving up to, Mitch? Where are you going and what are you gonna do? And you don't like sitting down every day at home right now. So if you leave, what are you gonna do? You gonna sit down every day at home? No. So what would that make you have to do? No, I'm gonna stay, but I'm not gonna just give up and then say, the heck with it all, because I'm not gonna be satisfied.
Right,
And
that
if
will
I know
add
I'm
the
not gonna
pressure.
be satisfied, don't do it if you're not gonna be satisfied.
Yeah, you know yourself.
Yeah.
You know what makes you happy,
Right.
what gives you joy. Just like I can relate to that. It's just like, the I Shall Bloom. It's sometimes it's just like I'm just very disappointed. But this is what God gave me. This is a
That's
mission
right.
that God gave
God
me.
gave you that talent?
And I can't give up on it.
No.
I can't give up, even if I try to give up, stay in the house 24. I mean, just a whole, I'm
Because
still
He gave you that ability to
Yes.
do it, and you put forth the effort to do
And
it.
he's working. God
That's
is
right.
always working in my head, even if I try to get mad at myself. Okay, I'm not gonna do it again.
Shut up.
And God is working out, even when I'm in the house 20, trying to hide from, I'm mad at myself. God is still, okay, now when you go back in there,
Right.
I need you to do this. You know what I mean? And then I get over that, and
Yep.
then I'm here, and then I get over
That's
that.
the same thing I do when I lay down and go to sleep and wake up.
That's the Holy Spirit.
See, because I'm getting mad at myself, and then when I get up in the morning, ain't no point in you being mad at yourself, because you gotta go do so and so.
You gotta do it anyway.
You gotta
Yeah.
do it.
You gotta
go
do
ahead.
my word.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I get mad. Oh man, I should have. Oh, why didn't I notice this? And why? And Yeah, maybe it's time for me to do this and God, okay, you done with that? Because when you done with that, you need to go and
That's right.
my mission.
I don't care who it is, and I don't care what you say, but
Amen.
that's the attitude that you have to have about it,
Yeah.
and try to make it work, and keep on going until you make it work. Because
Until it
if
will
you
work.
don't, you're just giving up, and God has given you the ability to
On his
do,
gifts.
yeah, and there's nothing that you do that's supposed to be easy.
And you know what?
You don't have to work at it, whatever it is. Yeah.
The Lord will fight for you, and you only need to be still. So all
That's
you need
right.
to do is be still
Mhm.
and know that I am God and He is with. And I have to hear that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because I start doing this. Okay, I'll add, and it all comes back. I can do
That
all.
statement right up there.
Isn't that the one?
When you look at that statement and what it says,
The Lord will fight for you.
see,
You need only.
that's just like being in an athletic room where I got a team.
Yes.
That's an athletic prayer that you put up there, and before you go and get in one of them counts and have one of them games, you say that prayer.
What's the
And
prayer?
it stays with you, and it makes a difference, because if you look at it and believe it, you're gonna make a difference. And when it's not working the way all you're gonna do is say thank you.
You remember it still? You still remember that prayer?
Yeah.
Let's say it. Say it to the audience.
You want me to say it?
Yeah.
It says, "Dear Lord, in the battle that goes on through life, I ask for the feeling that is fair, a chance that's equal for all to strive, a courage to do all to dare. If I should win, let it be by the code, with my faith and honor held high. But if I should lose, let me stand by the side of the road and cheer as the winners go by. Well, I've got to know one thing. If I'm participating, somebody is going to lose and somebody is going to win.
Yes.
And I'm not going to win every game or everything that I'm in, because there's some teams that got some other people that's a little bit better.
Right.
But I've got to know how to win, and I've got to know how to lose.
That's beautiful.
And you think it doesn't
Affect you when you
Look.
lose.
now that same prayer, after the Super Bowl game in Los Angeles, California with the Green Bay Packers.
Los Angeles?
Los Angeles, California.
That was in my town.
And my mother grabbed me and she said, "What's wrong with you?" I said, "Mother, I lost the game." She said, "Look, baby, you may not have had a good game, but you didn't lose the game yourself. None of y'all had a good game."
Right.
And she told me then, this game will be a part of your life for the rest of your life. And when you go back to San Antonio, don't let it make a fool of you.
Yeah, that's it.
I don't care what nobody says. I don't care what they think. They can say what they want to think. I had buddies here that had the women on the street.
Mm-hmm.
I had buddies here that was selling marijuana. I had many of them. One of them that was smoking dope and doing all of that.
Yeah, but you had to,
I had to
way,
go the other way.
Yeah.
And it just, this is the honest truth. One of them right now is recovering right now from an accident that he had in Albuquerque, New Mexico, where he turned over this truck. Now, he didn't have the seatbelt on, but he's driving 90 miles an hour, and the truck turned over.
Right.
Well, if he understands what he should be doing when he's driving, why didn't he have on that seatbelt?
Why?
And why would he be driving 90 miles an hour like that?
To go
So,
where?
What was wrong with you? What did you do? So the only thing that I can think of, you were smoking something.
Right, you was trying to get somewhere, or you was
Because-
already somewhere.
Yeah, because you're supposed to be, I know that you have enough sense enough to know that, but it had to be something wrong, and that's what happened to you.
Yeah.
It's
The devil gonna always show you out.
It's one in Houston right now, and those two are buddies. And when I went to Houston for Thanksgiving, well, I was in a little city, opposite Houston, but he wanted me to call him and tell him, "Well, good, man, I'm here in Houston, I'm over here No, I'm over there with my family. I
Right.
don't need to be. I didn't come down here to see him and do that. I came
That
down
old
there
life.
to be with them, and that's what I wanted to do.
Yeah, the old life.
Yeah.
Not even your life.
Nah,
You know what I mean? Yeah, no, that was
But
never.
I didn't, and I told him, look, Russell, I didn't come down here, go down to Houston to see Clarence.
Yeah.
I went down there to see my nieces and see and my brother's wife. We all went to have the family together. I didn't go down there to bring nobody else in there. I wanted to be with them.
Yeah.
And that made the biggest difference in the world to me, was to be there with all of them. I'm the only man in the house, the only man, but we all having a good time, and I'm enjoying it.
Yeah.
And so why am I going to go get somebody else to say, no, I'm enjoying being with him, and that's who I want to be with.
Amen.
But that's the thing that I think makes a whole lot of difference, is just accept the fact that God gives you the ability to do these things, do them in a positive way, and have the best and positive attitude, and just go on from that. Otherwise, why am I still here? It's got to be some reason why.
Well, the reason is.
I laid up in a hospital bed 9 months ago.
Yeah.
But he got me out of that hospital bed.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm thankful to that.
And we're back here.
Yeah.
With a 22-year-old heart.
Yeah. But that, to me, makes it, you got it.
Yeah. So, he has a Super Bowl ring on, you guys.
Yeah.
And it's beautiful and it's big. But I had this picture.
Yeah.
And what were you doing? I mean, like, when this says Willie Mitchell number 22.
Yeah.
It's a picture of him posing.
Yeah.
Where were
just
you?
Posing for the picture.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, they were just posing for it.
That was posing.
And I'm gonna give you some more.
Yeah, this one it's kind of old. I had to paste it up. And so does this take you back when you see this? This is you.
Yeah. I mean, it's just as nice as it could be, because I was really proud of it, and I felt like God gave me the ability to get there, and I just appreciated being there. I really did. And
where was this? Where'd you take the picture?
That picture was taken in Kansas City, Missouri.
Oh,
yeah.
This is Kansas, big Missouri, huh?
Yeah.
So,
but all of that, no matter what nobody says, all of that made so much of a difference. And it really made me have a more respectable life for myself and a more respectable life for others, because that was just as wonderful as it could be. And people put you in a position to where you were recognized, they enjoyed
superstar.
It. Yeah.
Superstar.
And so,
Super Bowl superstar. Yeah. Wow. That's awesome. So I saw this today, and I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna pull it out.
Well, I'm gonna bring you some more.
Yeah.
That I got, and let you have them. But
yeah, so
it's just one of those things we got to do the best we can, baby, and that's all we can do.
Okay. Well,
you see.
Well, thank you. Well, today was Wednesdays with Willie, and we always get some wisdom. Again, excuse me. It's always about how we can make our kids better, and all about love. The I Show Blue Show, San Antonio Fighting Back. We believe in God first. We listen to God to make our decisions. We want to make some decisions on our own. I know I do. I want to make, but it always has to come back to God. And so even in the days that I don't want to do what God wants, God's going to get what he wants from me.
Well, what I want you to do is, I want you to keep a good faith through the end of this year. Okay. And I'm going to let you know this. I have Beverly Watts Davis, that she is a grant writer. Yeah. The thing that I think that we should do is, with the grants that we have and the thing that we should do, they should come and let you interview them. That's one way to say we're getting some other information out.
Sure.
And that is a way where they don't understand it, but if these large companies know that we're advertising and discussing and talking about it and then saying something about
Your
them,
business.
they are willing to make contributions. Well, if a company makes a $50,000 contribution, that does not go to fight back to stick it right here. You take that money and you distribute that money among everybody here. Well, if you get one to do it, two to do it, three to do it, it builds up.
Yeah.
And that gives you something to go for and let them know you're making the communications, you're doing this, and this is why you need it.
Yeah, it's advertisement.
Well,
It's the way of the world.
Right, it's,
You know?
but see, and the other thing about it is, and I'm not saying it just because you're sitting here,
Yes.
what other organization here has
Amen.
the ability to say, we got some kind of radio station that we can produce with us to talk about the things and all the things that we're doing and making appeal to the people. We don't have nothing that communicates nothing to the public about what we're doing. And it's just like these people with these grants here, they're not doing nothing. So the only thing that I have to do is make Bill and them understand, this is one thing that we have to do. You got to do some advertisement.
Yeah.
Because if I don't have something to reach out to and say we're doing it, how can I go out there and ask for contribution? Like, that's the thing that makes me mad about it. Like, Mitch, you don't ask Kansas City Chief for a contribution? Beverly, if I ask Kansas City Chief for a contribution, I gotta have something to tell them what I'm doing.
Yeah.
I can't just go say, give me a contribution and that's it.
Yeah.
You know, and then when you get the contribution, you better use that money all.
Held accountable for it, you know, because it falls back on you
Right.
still, you
But
know.
don't be trying to put it all in your pocket, cause then you ain't gonna get nothing, cause that's the wrong thing to do.
Well, that's what's keeping the grants away from our
Yeah.
communities too, because of we need to be knowledgeable in what we're doing.
Yeah.
You know, we are always looked at heavily,
Mhm.
you know, like it be someone else, another race can do it, but in our Black race, we are always looked at.
It's a lady right upstairs right now. She called me day before yesterday, and she was telling me about Mr. Sweet and all what they're doing. And I raised my, Mr. Bitch, you raised your voice. I said, I'm gonna do more than that, raise my voice. But when you get back here, you come and sit up there and talk to me. I got something else to tell you, because this that you talking about ain't worth the quarter. And I'm sick of you all doing the things that you're doing and think that you're doing something, and I don't know what the hell it is.
It's always gonna come back though.
It's gonna
It'll
come back,
right
yeah.
back, and
But
so.
if you're doing something and you're doing it wrong,
I'm
well,
saying,
either all this, it's just like I tell her, girl, if you going out and you making, let me know so I can go with you. And then people will recognize us and say, well, we make the contribution. But if you don't do it, then what do we gain?
that's
You know,
right.
and the thing about it is, it's to help us, not me. That's what I don't like about it. We don't want to help each other.
Yeah.
Well, if we don't help each other, I'm sorry, but if we don't help each other, I just don't.
Well, it's another year of just fighting and fussing and reaching for straws. But see, in 2025, I like what you just said. Okay, so when I go out for my interviews now, I'm gonna see if you're available. See if you guys are available, and then we can go out and we can,
But let us help you by putting that and presenting and talking about what we offer and what's available.
yeah,
But if we don't say that, then how they gonna know?
they don't know what's going on. I mean, because this place is phenomenal. Barbara Jordan Community Center it's right in the right location, and it has so much to offer.
Awful.
You know what I
That is
mean?
just
We
about
have
it.
so much
Yeah.
to offer.
And see, no matter what's said, I'm not saying this should call you. What other African American do we have that's doing any type of commercial,
Advertising.
advertising.
Talk show and
And
go out to the.
where do we have another one? Do we have another? Do you know another one? I don't either.
Thank you, Lord.
No.
Oh,
What, if we got one, why don't we use the one? And use that because
well,
I know no matter what's said or done, it's gonna be some people that come. And the other thing is, we've got something that we can take and go ask a person, well, could you do, we got this, this, and this.
Mhm.
But if we don't have it, what can we do? How can I go out and say something about you when I ain't asked you to talk to you about it? That don't make no sense. It just doesn't make sense. And if I'm gonna do it, why don't I tell you?
Yeah, that's right.
That is just as plain and simple as it is. If I'm gonna do it, tell you.
Yeah.
And that's it. Because if something happens and it's done, and you say, oh, I didn't know that was gonna happen. Well, Mitch, why you didn't tell me? Well, you know, I didn't tell you because of this. I didn't tell you.
Hurt your feelings.
Yeah, and then
No.
you say, well, wait a minute, you know, let me know so I'll know how to respond if it comes to me. But if you don't know, how you gonna respond?
That's right. Taken it back. Yeah.
No, you know.
Well, as you see, you guys, 2025, again, is gonna be all the way live. So we are still here. San Antonio fighting back is not going, well, actually fighting back. And that's what the whole thing is, getting up, keep getting up. You've been getting up
Yeah.
for 30 plus years. And I shall bloom too. I've been getting up and getting up. Of course, I feel like sitting down, but my spirit and the way God made me, I can't do it.
Yeah.
I can't do it. I want to, the flesh, but the Holy Spirit in me will not sit down. I shall bloom. It shall bloom. It's a flower. It's the Holy Ghost, and it's gonna bloom.
Mhm.
And so I thank you for San Antonio fighting back. Being here, still believing
Right.
when no one else believes. But even if I had one or two, and well, the mind, like God, even either two or three, if you come in His name, He's in the midst. And so that's comforting.
Yeah,
Any two or three.
I just don't wanna give up. I mean,
Yeah.
I'm not trying to make $1 million, but I just don't wanna give up because.
We know it's there.
Yeah.
We
I know
know. We
And-
know
yeah.
advertisement is advertisement. We know the
Right.
teaching. The kids are here. They need it. I see them in the store.
Mhm.
I was just at the coffee shop. There was a kid. I asked him,
Yeah.
"Why aren't you in school?" Oh, no. Where's your mom? You're sitting in there. He's hiding. But
Yeah.
God brought me right to him. I was loving, and I said, "Why aren't you in school? Is school out? You're in your
Yeah, but
it's coffee."
But I've gotta satisfy myself by, addressing the public on what
Mhm.
we need to do and how we need to help one another,
Yes.
to make a better lifestyle for more people.
Yes, sir.
I mean,
Yes, sir.
I know that God has blessed me and I'm so thankful of it, but I tell you one thing, I wanna give it up to somebody else, cause, I know I ain't gonna be here for no 100 years.
Sure.
So let somebody else have the thing and keep on doing the same thing. That's how you do it. You know,
Well, I like that about you.
yeah.
You don't give it up to anybody, because some people, we already know how some people can wave some money at somebody and then they're gone.
See, I know it's a Mexican lady right now.
Waving dollars.
She want me to give this to her. And I say, yeah, but if I give it to somebody, why wouldn't I give it to somebody?
Right.
Because if I give it to somebody else, it's not gonna be here, it's going another way.
Yeah, that's going. And
But I just don't see where, I'm not racist or nothing like that.
yes, we need to hold on to, and I'm sure, no one's racist or whatever,
Mm-mm,
but
no.
we have to hold on to what God
That's
gives us.
right.
And
That's
then you have to feel in your heart, you already know your obligation.
Mhm.
You don't have to explain it. You know what's
Yeah.
gonna happen if you give it
Mhm.
this route. It's gonna be blessed,
Right.
their way.
That's right.
You know, of course, they're gonna make it blessed,
Mhm.
but you need to continue to make
But
it
that's
blessed.
why I'm
with the
staying here
next-
till I get it to where
You can
I know
find that,
I got it.
where God brings that person and you can sleep at night.
Yeah,
Because we know how it is to make a decision and can't sleep.
right, that's right.
Oh,
But I know.
I know that decision.
Yeah,
I've done it.
I'm the one that's waking up and shouting them, Mitch, what you doing? You woke me up and it's 3:30 in the morning and you went in there and started doing something in the kitchen or something. And she woke me up. And then since you woke me up, now you going, why you wake up?
You up?
Why you
Yeah,
up?
I see that.
Yeah, why you up making all that noise?
Yeah.
You know, and she gets right there in the bed and have her little,
Phone,
she be
movie,
going through the phone and all of
watch
that,
TV.
moving, yeah. I said, Lord have mercy, Jesus, this is just, but ain't nothing I can do, cause that's Miss Mitchell,
Yeah, that's your real.
yeah. And I hear the doorbell ringing at 5:30, ring, our front door.
Oh, the rain, yeah.
Why is that front door opening at 5 o'clock in the morning? Them cats are out there, and then when I get up and get ready to walk out, they're around there eating. And they run away when they see me.
See, they said they didn't supposed to come out. They clowned her. They embarrassed. See, we had those cats where they knew, okay, y'all disappear until he leaves. Then you come out. But see, they changed. They start showing up when he's there. So
But that's Miss Mitchell.
yeah.
And ain't nothing I can do but say, okay.
I love you, yeah.
But it's just, I don't know, you know.
That's love. So again, Mr. Mitchell, I thank you for actually still believing in I Shall Bloom, still believing that, I mean, we have the same belief systems. We know, San Antonio, we know that we have what it takes to make it work.
Yeah.
We just don't have the people that have the same beliefs.
That's right.
But we know, he and I have like minds,
Yeah.
and we know that, I mean, this is phenomenal. God has blessed this
Mhm.
place. God has blessed San Antonio, our mission, the mindset. So we know that something, God is saying, hold on, hold fast, hold on, and be still and know that I am God.
Mhm.
Don't be your own God. There's only one God, the holy God, the sovereign God, and he's the one that's gonna bring everything to pass.
Exactly.
He is gonna bring it to pass, and that's why I say 2025 is all the way live.
That's what we're gonna look at, 2025, and thank you so much.
Thank you. So again, go ahead.
No, go ahead.
Oh, okay. So again, I thank you, Mr. Willie Mitchell, for gracing the couch again for his day on Wednesdays with Willie. Again, my name is Sandra Williams. Oh, give us some information on how can someone reach you if they wanted to. You know, we are thinking about having.
They can call San Antonio Fighting Back.
Yes.
At 271-72, area code 210.
Yes.
271-7232, and tell Deborah that they want to talk to me and address some issues.
Yes.
That's all they have to do.
It's real simple, and he answers phones. He still have the old flip phone, but you know what? I want one of those because I'm tired of all this 400 people calling my phone. I want me a flip. Can you still get that on the flip phone? I think I want a flip phone now. The flip phone.
I ain't as smart as you.
Oh, yeah, I think I'm gonna throw that phone away. It's got too much spring. It's too smart. Yeah. I think I want me a flip phone now. We all do. I get about 40 calls from people trying to give me insurance on this smartphone, and it's smarter than it's just smart.
That's right.
And I want to throw that smartphone in the trash can and get me a flip phone. But anyways, I thank you again for coming for the I Shall Bloom show. Again, my name is Sandra. I'm the host, and I can be reached at sandra@ishallbloom.com. And also, my talk show is I Shall Bloom Talk Show. You know, so again, thank you for coming. And remember, I shall bloom, you shall bloom.
And Merry Christmas to all.
And Merry Christmas to all. And I'll see you guys again.
Okay.
Bye now.
Bye-bye.